policy, the exit policy for road projects, etc. But let's find out what the total report card has been. Shobna Bhartiya, Chairperson and Editorial Director of Hindustan Times Media, joins us now to discuss all of that. Shobna, hi, good morning, and as always, it's good to see you in on our show.
Good morning.
First, how did you score the budget session this time around? And what, according to you, are the one or two most crucial things that need to be achieved by the government going ahead?
I think it's been a very productive session, in fact, both in terms of the number of hours that Parliament sat, the number of bills that they introduced, and also the number of bills that actually got passed. They have a brute majority in the Lok Sabha, so it's not difficult for them to achieve this sort of a situation. But actually, if you look at the quality of bills and in terms of priority of bills, a lot of important bills that were actually quite needed at this time seem to have got stuck. So whether it was a GST, and they were hoping that the rollout happens, the FM implored the parties that it's a much needed move, but it has gone to a committee. Whether it was a land acquisition bill, it was destined to go to a committee, with the opposition actually flagging it as one of the main issues that they're taking up against the government, or even the bill for real estate, which Rahul Gandhi personally sort of opposed and said that it was shortchanging the consumers. So a lot of critical legislation has actually been sent off to committees, but equally the black money bill got passed because the government chose not to treat it as anything but a money bill, and therefore the concurrence of Rajya Sabha was not needed. And the insurance bill was passed, although that was before the recess, but nonetheless it does get all clubbed under the budget session. So overall, I would say the budget session has been quite productive if you actually compare it to many of the previous sessions where there would be a total washout, and even in the last 3 or 4 years of the UPA regime, where the opposition was very obstructionist. I think on the whole it has been a good session, where one saw a lot of lively debates on issues, where there were disruptions, but they were far and few. And by and large, the houses functioned, both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So I think overall it's been a productive session. But yes, of course, in terms of some of these important bills, though they saw the coal bill and the mine and mineral bill and all going through in the first half, in the second half, the inability to get through land acquisition, GST and all has kind of slowed down things a bit.
Okay, Shobna, morning. Thanks for joining. I wanted to ask you on two specific bills in particular. Does the GST bill see the light of day in, say, the next session, monsoon session? What's the sense you're getting?
I think the sense I'm getting is that it should see the light of day. It's going to be a little bit of, sort of back and forth like a pendulum to also score political mileage. The BJP, whilst in opposition, was not exactly kind to the then ruling combine. And I think a little bit of that is playing out now. But it's like the insurance bill. After it did go to a committee which had Congress representation, it did see the light of day.
Okay.
So now that the GST bill has been sent and the Congress is going to be represented there, I think it will see the light of day, but naturally they're not going to let them get these big milestones so easily. At the end of the day, there is politics as well.
And the other one I wanted to ask you was about the land bill. Has the BJP kind of lost the initiative, mismanaged politically? Has it given Congress and Rahul Gandhi that breather to come back and make Rahul a genuine prime ministerial candidate for 2019? Is this a tactical mistake or misjudgment of the BJP?
Well, the land bill certainly has played into the opposition's hands. Insofar as, the land bill actually helping make Rahul Gandhi again a prime ministerial candidate or back in the reckoning, I think it would be unfair to say that the land bill has done that for him. I think he has done that for himself. We see a new, visibly charged, active Rahul Gandhi post this long vacation that he took. who's now participating in multiple debates, both in Parliament, outside Parliament. But the land bill has definitely come in handy because, you know, you need a substantive bill to take to the people to make an issue of. And actually, if you context the land bill to what's happening as far as the farmers are concerned, to the plight of the farmers, to all the voices coming in from rural India, the contrast of what the land bill proposes to do becomes therefore that much more glaring and gives the opposition a very handy tool. And in any case, the land bill, even during the UPA days, one believes was a pet bill of Rahul Gandhi. So it also serves a larger purpose for him to get associated and identified with this bill, more so when it's actually got a lot of opposition from many of the other smaller parties as well. So I think the government could have actually handled this better, or perhaps not rushed into the land bill, sensing that there's going to be a great deal of opposition. Because it's better not to introduce changes unless you're quite certain that they're going to be carried through. I mean, what's the point of actually then, you know, going in, getting embarrassed, the whole thing is tough. And I don't see them coming around, you know, unlike GST where one feels that with representation and all, they'll come around. It will see the light of day. The land bill, I don't know whether it's going to see the light of day in the form in which the government is trying to push it through.
Okay, that's a fair point. Actively charged, I never thought those two words would be associated with Rahul Gandhi. I mean, we haven't heard that in a while. But having said that, Shobna, you know, this month the Modi government completes 1 year in office. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate them?
You know, I wouldn't want to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, but I would want to say that the Modi government came in with extremely high expectations. And therein lies a problem, because when you come in with very high expectations, you can never actually fulfill or live up to those. And I think that is how I would best describe the Modi government, that they came in with huge expectations. I think they have made some headway, but definitely, you know, not in totality lived up to what people expected. I think they do have a long way to go and perhaps have a more consensus-related approach and try and get things through. But I think the numbers in themselves is what is actually going to be the kind of the weakness in terms of objectively analyzing the Modi government, because expectations were unrealistically high because of the huge numbers that they got in the Lok Sabha.
Okay.
They've been greatly helped, of course, by external circumstances, with fuel prices being what they are. I mean, I hate to think what would have happened to the Modi government if fuel prices remained what they were during UPA's tenure.
Yes.
So luck has also favored them.
Oh, luck has favored in a big way. It favored India, it favored the rupee, it favored Narendra Modi, no doubt about that. Shobna, it was a pleasure.
Generally saw there was a little bit of...
No, please go ahead, please go ahead.
Little bit of resistance, a little bit of resistance, a little bit of bringing in certain things, and you immediately saw the rupee weakening, you immediately saw the Sensex tanking. So nothing has changed in terms of sentiments, you know, the moment you go against kind of market sentiments. But they are fortunate that, you know, certain things have actually fallen into their lap.
That's true. Well, fortunate.